Thank you. Mr. DeSantis. Gentleman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman McKean, Ranking Member Smith, members of the committee, thank you for having me here to testify. I know this is a particularly busy period for the committee, and I appreciate your time. I'm here to talk about the E2-D Advanced Hawkeye, which, as you know, is the Navy's carrier-based airborne early warning and battle management command and control system. Variants of this aircraft have been serving our military well since the 1960s. The most advanced version, the E2-D Advanced Hawkeye, has now been cleared for full production. The E2-D is equipped with new cutting-edge communication capabilities and radar systems. These advancements will enable the E2-D to synthesize information from multiple onboard and offboard sensors to provide increased missile protection to our carrier defense groups, while also improving the aircraft's offensive capabilities, key capabilities in support of our combatant commands. The E2-D program has met every major milestone on schedule since the program's inception in 2003. As the program moves forward, I urge you to support the Navy's multi-year procurement of the E2-D in the President's FY14 budget. FY14 is the first year of a planned 5-year fixed-price multi-year procurement, which would provide the Navy with the full complement of 32 E2-D aircraft in the program of record over the next 5 years. Multi-year procurement will yield a 10% savings over annual single-year contracts, an expected savings of more than $522 million over the length of the contract term. This is a critical program for the Navy. As my friend and committee member, Congressman Jim Bridenstine from Oklahoma said, given the threats to the strike groups, multi-year procurement of E2-D is absolutely necessary. The only question is, are we purchasing enough E2-Ds and missile interceptors to counter the high volumes of incoming missiles that our sailors and soldiers could face, end quote. Thank you for your consideration of support for the multi-year procurement of the E2-D. This procurement method will ensure that this vital aircraft is produced in a timely and cost-effective way. And as an appendix to my written testimony, I've attached a letter from May 7th from myself, Congressman Bridenstine, Crenshaw, Micah, Brown, Posey, Rooney, Miller, Yoho, and Diaz-Balart to Chairman McKean and Ranking Member Smith in support of this program. And I would just also like to encourage the Department of Defense to examine the advantages of acquiring simulation capability using short-term fee-for-service contracting, thereby rewarding and expanding innovation in commercial off-the-shelf offerings. Likewise, DoD should encourage common commercially developed, commercially supported R&D investments by industry. These common standards would reduce cost, eliminate duplicative government R&D, create a competitive industry base, ensure that simulation components can plug and play regardless of original equipment manufacturer, and most importantly, eliminate the long acquisition cycle. Thank you again for having me here today, and thank you for what you do to support our warfighters and our military.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions of the gentleman? Mr. Bridenstine.
I just wanted to thank you personally for your leadership on this issue. As you and I have talked and our staffs have talked, this is an issue that is personally important to me as a naval aviator and somebody who has flown E2 Hawkeyes for most of my adult career. Started off flying E2Cs. I've got many hours in that aircraft, and of course the E2D is a platform. While I was on active duty, I was responsible for designing the requirements for that particular platform. I'm very glad that the President's budget had multi-year procurement for that platform, and I'm so glad that you're leading the charge to make sure that this stays as it is in the NDAA. Real quick, if it's okay, would you just share with us your philosophy or your thoughts on why this particular platform is so important to the future of the United States Navy?
Absolutely. As Navy guy, you know that these carrier groups that we have are essentially taking American sovereignty and putting them essentially anywhere in the blue seas throughout the world, and that's a huge capability for us. But because it's a good capability, that's obviously a target for our enemies. And so I think, with the C that you have the experience in, this aircraft has even more capability for detection of threats and early warning that's going to be absolutely critical to maintaining the safety of our carrier groups, especially in a changing environment where we're facing new threats. This is the type of platform that can meet that challenge.
Well, I appreciate that, and certainly as the threats around the world become more robust, it's absolutely critical that we have the ability to intercept those threats beyond the horizon, which requires an airborne platform capable of delivering what's required to do interdiction and interception of those threats. So I appreciate your leadership on this issue, and Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back.
Thank you very much. Thank you.